Greetings, people of Earth. Welcome back. My name is Jax, and I have anxiety about the future. I've talked about this a little bit in a few of the previous videos, but I think it's really easy, especially with things like NATO talking about how we need to be prepared for some kind of military conflict. We have to be prepared for some kind of environmental problem, political turmoil. There's another pandemic. There are so many things that can cause us a huge amount of anxiety in our lives. And so I have prepared 7 things that I do to really help with my anxiety, to deal with it. So I hope they're helpful. Basically, that's what we're doing today. So the first one, I meditate. You guys know I'm a Taoist, so I find meditation and grounding myself in the present moment very helpful. I take a few breaths. Anytime I'm feeling anxious or worried, or I see a headline that makes my head spin a little bit, I really just try and focus on my breathing, focus on the here and now, not worrying about the future, just actively trying to exist in this moment. And it's incredible what a bit of mindfulness and meditation will do for you. There are so many good benefits, and one of them is relieving of anxiety, and I truly believe that. So, find a YouTube video, find some music you like, find something that comforts you, and just put it on and just do some breathing and just focus on it. See how long you can focus on it. As someone with ADD, I find it incredibly difficult to meditate, and it doesn't come easy to me, but it is so important to my daily life. So that's tip number 1. And I made notes for this. So the next one is to challenge the negative thoughts. I think for every voice in the world telling you, oh my gosh, look out for this thing in the coming future, like it's going to be crazy, there will be an equally well-educated voice saying, actually, here is why we don't have to worry about this. And so whether you challenge those negative thoughts and that anxiety yourself, or you find people who are smarter, like I'm always looking for people who are smarter than me to tell me why it's not the end of the world, the sky isn't falling, humanity has existed for hundreds of thousands of years. We will continue to do so. And so that helps me. I seek out people who disarm my anxiety, and they say, you know what? Yes, we should be worried about this, but here are some of the reasons why it's not as bad as the doomsayers are saying. You have to understand that our media and our politicians and everything, they benefit from us being anxious. They benefit from that. If we are scared, we will do what they want. We will do what people expect us to do. And they want us scared, especially the media. I do not trust most of the mainstream news. I'm not trying to be some like red pill conservative who's like, I don't trust the news, it's conspiracies. No, I'm just talking about how most media outlets use hyperbole. They use like very well-written captions and clickbait in order to elicit a lot of emotions in us. I don't think that's controversial. I don't think that's like a red pill opinion. I just think we have to be very conscious of that kind of stuff and understand that it's going to be nuanced. It's not going to be this black and white doomsday or paradise. We're somewhere in the middle. We always have been. So challenge your negative thoughts. If you don't feel like you're up to challenging your thoughts yourself, seek out people who make you feel that way and make you feel like, oh, okay, maybe it isn't as bad as, CNN or Fox News says. I'm just saying those randomly. I'm not going for them at all. Like, make your own opinions. The next one is goal setting. I talk about goal setting a lot. Journal it, write it down, put it in your notes on your phone, create a little list in your head. Whatever you do, set some goals of where you'd like to be in 5 or 10 years. And whenever your anxiety about the future pops its ugly head up, you can think, no, I'm working towards these goals. I'm focusing on what is important to me. I will achieve those goals. I think that is such a positive message. It doesn't hurt anybody, and it recenters you, because when we have anxiety, our brain is trying to go everywhere and it doesn't know where to go. And so if you can focus on those goals and just say, no, I have a plan, I'm focused towards the future, and I will continue to try and strive for my goal. I find that incredibly helpful. And you can pair that with the meditation and grounding yourself in the present moment, do some breathing, And then remember your goals. Remember why you are doing what you're doing. You know, not every day is absolutely beautiful in sunshine and rainbows, but it's going towards a direction. You are working towards what you want in life. So focus on that. Coping strategies. This is like a fancy way of saying do stuff that makes you happy, okay? You can call it a coping strategy and that is just fine. I, in my daily life, call this just escapism. So I will play open world video games where I get to do whatever I want. I run around the virtual world and I'm building a city or whatever. And that is my coping strategy. That helps me so much. People talk so much garbage about video games and how they rot our brains and everything. But in my context, I use it for half an hour or 45 minutes or an hour of just escapism. You know, I watch my favorite show, I listen to my favorite podcast, you know, those kinds of things. Another coping mechanism I use is I go to the gym. I've told you guys before, but if I didn't go to the gym, I would go absolutely stir crazy. My anxiety would go through the roof and I would not be able to function. I think I get this from my mom, and I'm so glad that going to the gym is such a good solution, because there is something about exercising my body that chills my brain out. My brain can almost shut off while I'm running. Like, I run for an hour every single day, and in that hour, I am zen. I am so relaxed. I'm not worried about the future. I'm thinking about stuff. I might be listening to a podcast about global economic affairs or something, but there's just something about when your body is going, your brain kind of takes a back seat. And I think that's so important, especially in our world where we are sitting all the time. We are sitting in a car, sitting on a bus, sitting in an office. And if you can't get your body moving, I think your brain forgets that your body exists and your brain just thinks it can take over. But when you're working out, your body's kind of like, no, I'm here. I'm ready to work. Let's do this. Let's figure these problems out. Let's get rid of this anxiety. And so, at least for me, that's a coping strategy that works. But definitely find coping strategies that you love, that really work for you, and that make you just feel amazing. Because that's what a coping strategy should do. Like I said, it's escapism. It's making you feel good. It's making you feel grounded, whether it's a book or lighting some candles or baking bread, or it can be anything. And if it's your coping strategy, protect it. If it makes you happy, protect it. So there you go. Next one, this is a big one for me, and I sometimes take this a little too far, but it's limiting your exposure to the stress. So sometimes when I'm running, I listen to podcasts that are detailing the global political situation of the world and all of this stuff. And sometimes I listen to Taylor Swift. Some days I just limit my stress. You know, when I feel particularly sensitive or on the edge a little bit, it's like, okay, we're limiting my stressors. I will not engage in anything going on in the news. I sort of disappear from talking to my friends and stuff. There are people in my life who I love them to death, but they're obsessed with the future and politics and will artificial intelligence take us over and all of this stuff. I love them to bits, but I can't see them when I'm feeling this. And so I'm limiting my stressors. I'm limiting my access to the internet and to, you know, just these things that stir up fear inside of me. And I think that's really important, because I am going to be no good to anybody if I'm just full of anxiety. So if I'm going to help make the world a better place, I have to be a positive, well-grounded human being in order to do that. So that's my 2 cents on that. Limit your exposure. The next one I think is important. Seek support. It is so incredible how you can be feeling anxious about something and then you talk to somebody who is supportive in your life. For me, it's my parents and my brother and my best friends. For you, it might be a cousin, it might be an aunt, it might be anybody in your life. But as soon as I said that, you probably thought of somebody in your head, like, who do I seek support from? Who do I bounce my ideas off of? Who makes me feel good when I talk to them? Who do I enjoy? That person that you're thinking of, great person to talk to. Seek support. Say, hey, are you like anxious about this? Like, can we talk about this? Like, is no one else seeing this like crazy thing going on? Is nobody else concerned about what's going on? And 9 times out of 10, they will really help you just chill out. And they might be exactly as anxious as you are, but just knowing that someone else has that worry or that thought in their head is incredibly helpful. And it's helped me so many times where I'm like, am I the only one in the world who's freaking out about this? Like, excuse me. But turns out I'm not, and there are some amazing people working on these problems every single day, and sometimes it's their job. So thank goodness. And the final one kind of goes off the seeking support, but if you get to a point in your life where the anxiety is just too much, professional help. I've done it. It's great. Therapy works. These things really do work. You need to find the right person for you, the right system, the right set of tools. But if it gets to a point in your life where you're like, I just can't keep doing this, my anxiety is insane, just embrace it. You know, millions of people across the planet are able to. And if you are able to, go for it, you know? There are some amazing support groups. There is therapy. There are online resources. There are so many things that we don't even realize we have access to that can make all the difference. They really can. So, I mean, even this YouTube video, the support and the community down below can be a support. Be careful of people on the internet trying to sell you timeshares or whatever, but it's amazing. We are social animals, and humans need that connection. So seeking professional help, embracing some of the strategies, some of the things available to us is important. I think anxiety is probably the most underdiagnosed problem we have in society nowadays. So, you know, you have to face it like you would any other problem in your life, you know, even though anxiety is this sort of invisible thing sort of stalking you at the behind you, like the back of your head or whatever. It can be managed, and it can be dealt with in really healthy ways. So thank you for listening. If you liked the video, like the video, smash the like button and hit that subscribe. I've never said that. I have over 600 videos on YouTube, and that is the first time I have ever said that. So I feel like that's safe. But yeah, thank you. I really hope this helped. Please know that you're not alone when it comes to anxiety and stress and the things in our life that make us go crazy. You're not alone. And I don't know, for me, that helps. For some people, it's like, great, there's a bunch of people freaking out about stuff, but for me, it helps. And, yeah, as always, leave comments, be respectful of the people below. We never know what they're going through. They're all humans, except for the Russian bots. They're not human. But be respectful to them too. They're trying their best for their overlords. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. And as always, guys, I will talk to you tomorrow.